Welcome back. My name is Patrick Nolan. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Missouri. This is Pat Talks Law. It has been a while since our last video. My apologies. My firm is down 2 full-time employees. If you know of anybody with office or legal office experience in the Kirksville area that is looking for a job with a great boss, please have them contact our office, and our office manager Erin is handling that process. Now, regarding video today, I want to talk about basic economics, Missouri, DHSS, and why medical marijuana in Missouri is driving the black market. There has been exceptional sales, even at the outrageous prices for medical marijuana in Missouri. However, Missouri's medical marijuana has come in at the second highest price in the nation, and that's by a pretty considerable margin. So the first question is, why is medical marijuana so damn expensive in Missouri? I mean, pardon the pun, but it literally grows like a weed in Missouri. You could throw out a handful of seeds, come back, and there will be plants growing by the afternoon. So why is it this expensive? Well, the dispensaries can only sell licensed, tested, tracked marijuana. That has to come from a cultivation facility. When the cultivation facility grows their medical marijuana, they send a sample to the testing facility, who tests it, records it, and gives them the approval to send it to the dispensary. And that's fine, it happens. Well, only a very few cultivation facilities are open and producing marijuana. The problem here, and they'll blame it on COVID, but realistically the problem is that they needed to build 60 multi-million-dollar medical marijuana production facilities in a year and have them approved. Missouri never had the construction capacity to do that. I mean, you're talking about 60 major indoor ag hydroponic facilities that not only meet the state guidelines, but are going to meet EPA requirements and the whole 9 yards for the large hydroponic grows. So on a design build timeline, that was always a ridiculous assumption. Now, there are some facilities that are open. Those facilities, you know, a number of them might have started construction early because they were confident in getting a license. We're not going to talk about that. That's a corruption tale for another time. And I'm not going to imply that any of them are or any of them aren't, but there are people that definitely knew they were getting a license, in my opinion. Now, as for the cultivation facilities that are not in operation, you know, they had 1 year to open or risk losing their license. That's what where their license was forfeit. That's what the law is. What's happening? DHSS has extended their year, provided they have an excuse. There are a number of licenses that are being forfeited because of their failure to comply with the time standards. And we'll talk about that. That's another video too. The essence is we don't have 60 cultivation facilities open. There was never the possibility of getting 60 cultivation facilities built in 1 year and have them open. DHSS and essentially MOCAN, when they wrote this Amendment 2 as new approach for Missouri, had planned and counted on a ramp up. There weren't going to be as many people that signed up, and we read MU's ridiculous market study where they didn't think there were going to be very many people that got their medical marijuana cards. But basic economics is when supply is low and demand is high, the cost is high. When supply is high, demand is low, cost is low. And realistically, you can't beat that. That's going to happen. Now, a really interesting side effect that we've seen is in some areas of the state, there's been an increase in black market marijuana prices because the legal market is setting a bar so high that now your local dealer can make a few extra bucks on a dime bag, which I remember when that was $10. So yeah, I just dated myself there. So what's going to happen is until the supply increases, the price is going to remain astronomically high. And as long as you're buying it, it might stay high. We have a trade organization that is going to hold meetings with producers and distributors or dispensaries. It's going to talk about market conditions. It's going to run classes for them on how to maximize their profits. While they're not going to collude to keep prices high, they're probably going to be encouraged to keep them up there. And I don't see 60 dispensaries or 60 cultivation facilities being open anytime within the next year or two. It's just not going to happen. And even though the licensees that hold them, just because they might open doesn't mean they run at maximum capacity. 30,000 square feet of flowering plant space, now you're looking at pretty close to 90,000 square feet of cultivation space to be running at 100% capacity. It's unlikely that they're going to. That's a lot of commercial square footage. So that is why our prices are so high. But our black market is going great guns right now. The prices on the black market have increased because they can. So what do you as Missourians do? If you have a medical marijuana card, you don't want to pay $500 a month for your medicine. Well, home cultivation. There are more than 20,000 Missourians with cultivation cards. They can plant their plants at home. Okay? That's 18 plants. 6 in each phase. You have to follow the rules, and you can. But that is the equalizer under Missouri law. Grow your own. Get a home cultivation card and grow your own. Join a local medical marijuana cultivation group. Talk to other people, learn how. You can grow a pretty sizable quantity of your medicine that way. It is going to be a learning curve. If you can't plant fucking tomatoes, you're going to need to learn how to grow weed. However, it's next to impossible to not grow weed. Growing good weed is a different story. So, you know, I can't do it, man. I got the brown thumb of death. My house plants will tell you. Hell, I killed strawberry plants. You know how difficult that is? I killed strawberry plants. Planted a raspberry bush and couldn't keep that going. Even my grass dies. So we're not gonna... I can't give you advice on that. But there are a lot of people that can and are more than willing to. So join one of the organizations. Talk to the people that you buy your hydroponic supplies from. Okay? Look for pamphlets. Go to Amazon. I'm positive there's a book somewhere, How to Grow Weed. If not, one of you guys knows how. Write the damn book. So that's it, man. Your answer is in the freedom of doing it yourself. Now, I believe that the state is going to eventually have to crack down on home cultivation, because that more than 20,000 of you that are growing your own are not paying the cartel. So they're going to find some way to force you to contribute to the cartel's pockets. I don't know what that'll be yet, but follow the money. That's it for today. I'm going to say, please hit like, subscribe, and for the love of God, you've got to get involved in politics. You have to. I don't care whether you're pro-marijuana, against marijuana, whatnot. If you're not actively engaging with your state legislature, then you really have no right to complain. The best all-around bill that's been proposed for legalization is Representative Dugan's. But if you don't contact your state reps and your state senators, it isn't going to go anywhere. So you need to contact your state rep, your state senator. You need to make sure that that gets pushed through and gets onto the ballot so we can fix some of the problems we have. Again, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll be talking to you again soon.